In the last video of this Django for Beginners series, we looked at how to style our application. More specifically, we looked at styling our sign-up page. Today, we're going to expand our site, and we're going to add a user profile page. This will allow the user to see their username and their password. This video is important in our Django Ecommerce Site series, as this page will build the foundation to allow us to do things like adding media to our site, and for example, to understand how to program the ability for our users to change their username or change their password on their profile. In this video, I will show you how to retrieve data from your models and the database in Django. To implement our user profile page, in today's video, we will be looking at three files. The first is our URLs file. The second is our views file, where we will be creating a new view for our user profile page. And then we will be creating a new file, which is going to be a template to build the HTML of how we want our user profile page to look. So the first thing we're going to do is create a new URL for our user profile page. And so we'll just duplicate our sign up one, and we want our URL to be /profile. So instead of sign up, we'll say profile, and then this is the view that we want to use. And so we haven't created this yet, but when we do, we'll call it view profile, like so, and then we'll call our URL profile. Next, we are going to create a view for our user profile. Now, we've already named this view in our URLs page, so we know it's going to be called view profile. And so we can just name it like so, def view profile. And like our other views, it's going to take a single parameter called request. Now, the inside of this view is actually going to be quite simple in comparison to our two other views that we've created so far. We just need to create some context and pass that context into our template. So to create some context, we'll create a value called context, and inside of it, we just want our context to be a user, as on our user profile page, we just want to display some details about our user. So to do that, we say user, and this user needs to be the value of an instance of our actual user model. And so to get access to an instance of our user model, we can actually find user on our request object. So we say request.user. So what have we done here? Well, this context is actually a dictionary, and this dictionary contains variable names as the key. So here our user is the key, and their values as a value. So here our key value pair in this context dictionary is user is the key, and the instance of our user model is its value. And we want to pass this context dictionary into our template. So like with our other views, we want to return a render of our template. And so to do that, we say return, and then we want to render our request, the template we're going to use, and so we're going to call that profile.html. We haven't created that yet, but that's what we're going to call it. And then we're going to pass in this context. So our template now has access to this context when we render it. So now we've created a URL for our user profile and a view. The final thing we need to do is to create a template for our user profile page. And so to do that, we need to create a new file. There's going to be a HTML file, and we're going to call our HTML file profile. And it will add the HTML extension for us, as we told it it's going to be a HTML file. Now, we don't need any of this pre-built HTML, as this pre-built HTML is in our base file, and so we can delete it. But what we need to do instead is to extend our base HTML file. So we say extends base HTML. And then we need to start some block content and then end our block content. And so, in our block content, we want to ascertain whether our user is logged in or not. And so to do that, we write an if statement. And we say if user, and this user is provided to us through our context that we passed in from our view. And so we say if user.is authenticated, then we want to render a certain set of HTML. So the first bit of HTML that we want to render is a h2 tag, or the heading for this page. And this heading is going to be a block title. So we say block title, and that block title is just going to be profile. And then we can just end out our block by saying end block. The reason we put this as a h2 is because in our base HTML file, we may edit it at a later date to put a page heading for the whole site. And it is good accessibility practice to only have one H1 heading per page. And so if we have one in our base HTML, by nature of extending it, we may end up with two H1 headings on the same page, which is not good for those that use a screen reader. Now we need two p tags. So we're going to display two pieces of information. The first is the user's username. So we say username, colon, and then we just say user. Now by default, our user model returns the username as a string when we call an instance of the user model. And so we don't need to specify what field, it will just display the username by default. The second piece of information that we want to display to our user is their email. So we create another p tag, and inside this p tag, we want to say email, and then we want to use our user object, so we say user. And now because by default we display our username field when we call an instance of our user model, when we want to display something other than the username, we have to specify the field we want to display. So we say user.email, and this will get the user from our user object. Now there is also the case where the user isn't authenticated, and so we need to deal with that. So we just say else, and then what we want to happen. If the user isn't logged into their account, then we want to provide them with a p tag in which we say login to view your details. Now, like with block content, we also had to specify when an if statement has ended. And so just after our else statement, we say end if inside a tag like that. Now let's run the program to see what our user profile page looks like. So when we run our program, we are not logged in. So let's first go to our user profile page to see what happens when we're not logged in. So we are now on our user profile page, and as you can see, because we are not logged in, we see this message, log in to view your details. So let's go and log in and see what happens when we are logged in. So we come back to our homepage, we press login, and we're just going to log into our MLittleProgramming account and log in. Now let's go to our user profile page to see what happens now. As you can see, our profile page has a H2 title, and we've got a username, which is MLittleProgramming, and our email displayed to us, which is mlittleprogramming@email.com. Thank you for watching this video on creating a Django user profile page. This is a very basic setup that we will use initially, and over the coming videos we will add a user profile picture, which will get us into the use of media within Django, and giving the ability to the user to change their username and their password, which will use some of those URLs we set up in the login video. I hope you'll join me for those upcoming videos, and feel free to check out the playlist of Django Ecommerce Site tutorials to check out some of the other videos mentioned in this video. With that said, if you enjoyed watching the video, if you could drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new, and if you've got any comments, drop a comment down below and I'll get back to you. Other than that, see you next time.